Before we get into this, I want to be clear about something. I'm not a tech journalist. I'm not some guy who read an article and decided to make a video. I spent years in HVAC sales. I sat in the training meetings. I used the tools. I heard the recordings. Everything I'm about to tell you, I know because I lived it. And the reason I'm making this video is because nobody else will. The companies that use this technology aren't going to tell you about it. The techs who use it every day are too scared to talk, so I will. Imagine this. An HVAC tech walks into your living room and secretly starts recording every single word you say. Not for quality control, not to help you. They're doing it so an AI can study exactly how to pressure you into spending more money. I know this because I used to be one of those techs. And today, I'm blowing the whistle. There's a company called Rilla, R-I-L-L-A. They call it AI coaching for in-person sales. What that really means, they record your entire in-home conversation, transcribe every word, and feed it into AI so managers can coach techs on how to close you harder. This isn't some tiny startup. In October 2025, Rilla partnered with Neighborly, the biggest home services company in the world. Mr. Rooter, AirServe, Mr. Electric. You've seen the trucks in your neighborhood. In just 5 months, they recorded over 375,000 customer conversations across more than 500 franchise locations. The result? A 13% jump in average ticket size. That means homeowners are spending 13% more, not because the equipment costs more, but because the AI is teaching techs how to sell harder. Rilla was even named Vendor of the Year by Neighborly, not for helping customers, for helping companies extract more money from customers. Here's exactly what happens when a tech shows up at your house. Before he even knocks, or right as he walks in, he taps record on his phone or tablet. The phone goes in his pocket. The tablet sits on his clipboard. You never see a red light. You never hear a beep. Most of the time, you're never told it's happening. Everything from, "Hi, thanks for coming out," to, "I need to talk to my spouse," gets captured. After the appointment, the AI goes to work. It generates a full word-for-word transcript with a table of contents and timestamps so managers can jump straight to the parts they care about. And what do they care about? Your objections. When you said, "I want to shop around," the AI flagged that. When you said, "That's more than I expected," flagged. "Let me think about it," flagged. Then it tells the tech, and more importantly the manager, exactly how to overcome those objections next time. And here's the part that really matters. The techs don't want to use it. Most of them hate it, but it's not optional. You record or you don't have a job. The tech standing in your kitchen doesn't have a choice either. Let me show you how this actually plays out with real examples, because this is where it gets uncomfortable. You tell the tech, "I want to get a few more quotes." Here's what the AI trains them to say. "Totally understand, but quick question. Have we treated you well today?" You say yes, because they did. They were polite, professional, took their time. Then comes the pivot. Just remember, whoever you buy from, this is a 10-year commitment, because if anyone else touches this unit after installation, most companies will void your warranty. Only the company that installs it can service it. You're not just buying equipment, you're marrying the company for the next decade. That's not a conversation, that's a script. And it was written by an AI that analyzed thousands of other homeowners who said the exact same thing you just said. Here's another one. You're comparing brands. The AI coaches techs to say, 80% of what matters is the installation quality. Only 20% is the brand. That's straight from Consumer Reports. A premium brand installed by a bad company can have major breakdowns within a few years. A good install on a mid-tier brand can run for 20 years. Sounds logical, because it is. Installation quality does matter more than brand. But that's not why they're saying it. They're saying it because the AI proved it's the most effective way to stop you from price shopping. The truth is being weaponized, and the system doesn't just coach on objections. It integrates with the company's KPIs, key performance indicators. Management can pull up recordings of their top sellers, hear exactly what they said, and push every other tech to copy that approach. The tech who closes the most becomes the template for everyone else. Your conversation isn't just being recorded, it's being studied, optimized, and replicated across hundreds of locations. And here's one more that really gets under my skin. You call for a simple tune-up. The tech finds a small issue, maybe a weak capacitor or a cracked drain pan, normal wear and tear. But instead of just fixing it, the AI has coached them to turn that into fear. They'll say something like, "I have to be honest with you, this system is showing its age. I'd hate for you to wake up in the middle of August with no AC and a house full of kids. We can patch it today, but I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't show you your options. That's not a diagnosis, that's a sales pitch disguised as concern, and it was crafted by an AI that knows exactly which words make homeowners panic. Now here's the legal reality, and this is the scary part. In most of the United States, this is completely legal. The majority of states, including Texas and New York, are one-party consent states. That means only one person in the conversation needs to agree to the recording. The tech hit record. That's it. You were never asked. There are about a dozen two-party consent states, California, Florida, Illinois, Pennsylvania, and others, where both parties need to agree. In those states, recording you without telling you could be illegal, and people are catching on. If you search Rilla Voice right now, one of the top suggested results is Rilla Voice lawsuit. Another one is how to delete a Rilla recording. Real customers are asking these questions. They just don't have the answers yet. Now think about what's actually in these recordings. It's not just, yes, I want the 16-seer system. It's everything. Your budget, your financial situation, whether you're fighting with your spouse about money, whether you mentioned health problems, whether you're elderly and scared your furnace might be dangerous. All of that is in the transcript. All of that is being analyzed. There are even cases where the recordings capture conversations that have nothing to do with HVAC at all. Customers talking about personal issues, about their lives, about things they would never say if they knew something was listening. And something is always listening, just not a person, an AI. So what do you actually do about this? First, ask. Point blank. When a tech comes to your house, say, "Are you recording this conversation right now?" Watch their face. If they fumble, you have your answer. Second, know your state. Google your state recording consent law. It takes 30 seconds. Third, get every quote in writing. Verbal numbers in a recorded conversation only help them, not you. Fourth, and this is the big one, never let urgency win. When they say this deal is only good today or we can do it right now, remember, that urgency wasn't invented by the person in front of you. It was designed by an AI that studied 375,000 other homeowners and figured out exactly how to make you say yes before you've had time to think. You're not being paranoid, you're being smart. Big HVAC does not want you seeing this video. They want you thinking you're just having a private chat with a friendly tech in your own living room. You're not. You're part of their AI training data. I used to be on the inside, now I'm on your side. If you want more real talk like this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Share this with anyone who's about to get an HVAC quote. They need to see this before the tech walks through the door. They're already mad I made this video. Good. That's it for this one. But this is just the beginning. In my next video, I'm going to break down the HVAC blacklist, the brands that technicians actually refuse to install, and why the brand on your unit might matter a lot less than you think. If you're still here, you already know this channel is different. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next one.